fucking good. The Barca game was unreal.
I do think now that both those legs of Inter Barca are done. Like I thought going into the Arsenal PSG game, it would be not as entertaining, but that actually turned out to be a better second leg than I thought.
Yeah, I think the final will be boring.
I don't think so, because both of them teams love to go forward, man.
I think I didn't want Inter to go to the final again, purely because a few years ago when they played City, they were really boring. But this is, as you said, a more attacking, more entertaining Inter team. So it could be a great final.
You say that, though, but there's only like 2 players in the squad against Barca that didn't play in the final.
Yeah, but I think
really?
Yeah.
I think it might even be the same manager as well, but I just think they go for it more now.
They've been really entertaining to watch, and Dumfries is like a different level. Like that's battle of the best right back in the world, isn't it? At this,
Hakimi is the goat, man.
Hakimi's
the goat.
Fantastic.
Mate, Dumfries has arguably had a better Champions League. Do you not think?
Nah, Hakimi's the goat.
Didn't he get 2 assists in the game before and a goal?
Hakimi or Dumfries?
Dumfries
has dropped like 2 9.2 performances or something mental.
He's good.
He's a great player.
He's built like a unit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like, he's always linked with like a Prem move, isn't he? Every season and never goes.
I think he's the kind of player that could do bits in the Prem as well with his physicality.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Liverpool went in for him now. Trent's
going, yeah.
But how much do you reckon he's worth?
After the last...
that's the thing.
After this Champions League
tax, that's probably 30-40 mil more.
I'd 70 mil?
No, on top of his price tag is what I'm saying. Yeah. So he probably is a
70,
30
80.
Mil. Yeah, that's mental.
It's nuts, but it probably is.
Yeah.
He's only worth 28 mil, you know.
Oh, mate, yeah.
He'll go for 50, 60 mil, I would have thought. 78, I don't know.
So it's very rare. Current market value, 28.
I'm surprised it's that low.
How old's he?
29.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe 60 mil.
Prime, innit? You get good 4 years out
He's only just gone 29.
Okay. Yeah.
You get 4 years out of him.
But yeah, I've actually watched the Champions League, and it's got to the stages where usually you do get a bit shaky, but it's quite refreshing seeing proper attack outscore the opponent rather than try not to concede.
Someone different's going to win it this year, for once.
Yeah. It'd be so funny if PSG won it.
I think PSG will win it.
Like that front three they had last year, and they go and win it this year without Mbappe, without Messi.
Even like before that, all the years they had of spending money and having Thiago Silva and Zlatan and Verratti, all these superstars, and then they basically ditch all of that and build a proper team with a proper manager.
That front three, when you watch them, genuinely look way scarier than when they had Messi, Neymar and Mbappe.
Doué's class.
It's a young team as well.
Yeah. Midfield, like it was Vitinha, Ruiz and...
I forgot the other geezer's name. Yeah.
That Fabian Ruiz, his goal was class.
Yeah.
He's such a good player, Fabian Ruiz.
Spaniard.
He was good in the summer as well last year at the Euros.
That's the thing,
good
though.
player.
It's like, I remember when I watched... when I was watching Holland in the Euros, I didn't think Dumfries was all that at all. I thought he was quite underwhelming for someone that always got pushed around in like the rumours every window for Prem.
Do you reckon they got a chance in the World Cup? Holland?
Nah. Washed attack, man.
Yeah. Apart from Gakpo. Who else have they got?
Yeah. It's like they've still got bloody... What's the name?
Memphis or...
Memphis, well, he'll probably
What's
go.
his name?
No, who's the big tall geezer? Weghorst.
Weghorst. God, he's so shit.
Yeah, but in tournaments,
Xavi
pops up.
Simmons.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Where is it? He's at PSV.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like
they got Van Dijk, Dumfries, Gakpo.
De
Jong, he doesn't play as much at Barca anymore.
He played
the other night, but he's not like as vital a component of that team anymore.
Yeah, that. He was one of those players which is kind of like not gone under the radar, but was destined to be like one of the best centre mids, and he is playing.
But Barca refused to sell him, didn't they? They were like, "Nah, he's not going."
He was supposed to go to United, wasn't he, under Ten Hag, and it was rumoured, never happened. He probably saw Van der Beek and was like,
"Yeah,
I'm not doing it," and it's probably been the best decision he'll ever made.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's he now?
Van der Beek.
Yeah,
he was at Did he go on Everton on loan while he was at United?
Yeah, I
And
don't
now
think he played there either.
I think he's gone back to Ajax, hasn't he?
He might well have done.
Yeah.
It'll be one of those that just like turns up in Turkey in 2 years' time for like
Absolutely
Besiktas.
bossing it for Fenerbahce.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
I felt sorry for him, man.
he was a good player under Ten Hag at
Bit-
Ajax.
Before he went to Man United.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the case with a lot of players, though, isn't it? Before they go to United, they were class.
I was talking about this at work the other day, and we reckon like you're coming towards now, like after this generation of players, the next generation, the Man United appeal. I don't think unless they start getting back into like consistent European Champions League football, will start to lose the pull of like being the giants that they are, because you're pushing on 10 years now without winning a Premier League, but without really being in the contest for that. Like, I know that Mourinho had a good finish with them, and
2016 and thereabouts. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a long time ago, but you think about the next batch of players in 5 years, it's going to be 15 years, and you go into a team that you know realistically aren't going to be pushing for a league. You might get the odd FA Cup, you might get Europa or Conference, but you're not going to be at the biggest stage possible, which is mental, because like
You
growing
say
up,
that though, but if they win the Europa League this year, they're in the Champions League
again.
next year,
And
which I think's bullshit, by the way, because they're
I don't-
terrible.
I think you should- I
And
think-
Spurs.
Spurs the
Spurs
same.
could play Champions League football next season.
yeah,
Mental. It is
But
crazy.
both of them in the Champions League, they're not going to progress, are they? I think it makes more sense if you win the
I
competition
don't know,
to
but
auto qualify
with the new
next year.
format though, you could they could progress.
True,
Could, yeah.
Villa did, but then
You'd think, like, if Man United in the Champions League next season, there will, isn't it only like 8 teams get knocked out of the league phase or something like that? There'll be 8 teams shitter than United.
it's like
There's 32 teams at the start with.
I
No,
think it's
there's
more. I think
more than that.
36. I think
there's 36, and it gets whittled to like 28 or something daft.
Yeah,
Like
and then there's a whole playoff round. There'll be teams worse than United.
yeah, because it's like top
So it's
top 8 or top
I say
6 go
I thought it
through.
was top 8, and then
Top
is
24
it
go
then-
through.
Is it then 8 to 24?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think 9 to 24 they go into the playoff round, don't they?
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
get put into different.
Yeah, the winners of
groups.
that play the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the top 24. There'll be teams worse than United. United would finish in the top 24 in
Yeah,
the Champions
definitely.
League. Yeah, they do enough.
But they don't deserve to be there. I think Wenger said it the other day. He was like,
Mm.
Man United and Tottenham, if they win the Europa,
Mm.
they should just get another shot at Europa.
Mm.
There's already enough Premier League teams in the
It,
Champions League.
It does go to show the strength of the Premier League, though.
Yeah,
that you've got
definitely.
2 like proper bottom half teams, not just bottom half, solid bottom half teams.
Tottenham
And-
have been shot this
Yeah,
year.
and they are the 2 best teams left in the competition.
Yeah, but everyone's really struggled in the Champions League. Really, Arsenal, Jordan Maiden actually about Arteta. We were the better team. Like we've been the best English
Yeah, it's
team.
like,
in
I heard
the-
their bench say that we've been the better team. It's like, doesn't matter. You
You lost over 2 legs
Yeah.
convincingly.
Yeah.
It's not even like the fact that they got shit housed by 1-0. They got outplayed over both legs.
Yeah. And
They
they're-
are
they're-
the better team.
It's like, be more humble about it, because there's no harm in admitting that you deserve to get knocked out.
You beat Real Madrid 3-0.
Yeah, and,
like,
and this is the same PSG team that knocked out Liverpool, who were the champions
Yeah.
of England, and,
Yeah.
and completely outplayed Liverpool over 2
yeah,
legs.
not seen Liverpool
Yeah.
get that shook all
I know
season.
Liverpool won away at PSG in the first leg, but they didn't deserve to. It was a smash and grab.
PSG
Oh,
were all
100%.
over.
Yeah,
Alisson kept him in that game.
yeah. And then
Alisson was unreal.
And then PSG turned up to Anfield and played them off the park. Because this is clearly a good side. Just admit when you know.
Do you think if Saka buried that goal though?
Nah,
I still don't think they
it
got
wouldn't.
to
It
it.
wouldn't have
No.
been enough. No.
I don't know. I still can't get my head around how Martinelli plays Champions League football. The bloke is such a donkey.
I think I put him in room 101 in my episode a few months
so
ago.
frustrating.
This player who he seems to get hyped up as a good young player. Every time I watch him,
He's not young anymore though, is he?
He's quite young.
He must only be 22, 23
He's
still.
25.
Nah, surely not.
No.
But every time I watch, Google that.
Yeah.
Fact
in
check.
my head, he's probably 23, 24.
I'm going to say 22, 23.
This is like a common thing on the podcast, guessing footballers' age.
23.
Yeah. There we go. Well, every time I watch him, he's shit. They are so much better with Trossard off the left.
I agree, yeah.
I'll go
Trossard's actually got a finish in him.
His end product is so much better than Martinelli's.
Yeah, it's just Martinelli's really quick, but then he runs to the byline and then goes, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He's a bit like Traore in that sense.
No end product,
Yeah, I think he is a lot better
He's
than
all-
Traore.
he's
Oh,
all
yeah,
there.
I'm
He's
better than Traore.
Troy,
If I had his speed, I'd be a better footballer than him.
I don't know. I've seen you play football.
Yeah, but you haven't seen me play football with Traore's speed.
True. Oh, mate. Fucking hell.
I would not want to come up against that.
Nah, I'm being unstoppable for.
You probably have more physicality than him as well.
Yeah.
Just knocking people over.
I don't need baby oil.
Yeah, but your end product's still shite. So
Yeah, that's fine. I wish I was that fast.
Welcome back, everyone. Only 3 of us today in the Beer Belly Ballers podcast.
Poor performance.
Yeah, going down the pan, mate.
Jay's got a genuine excuse.
Yeah, but you say that, but
Cam's ill.
Pod over everything.
Nah, ill. Nah.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Not
we
having
don't
that.
want to be ill for Valencia when we go next
Yeah,
week.
it's true.
So yeah, it's kind of going to be a bit of a impromptu, off the dome kind of.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
none of us. It would have been Cameron's episode.
He's pussied out.
Yeah, so none of us had an idea, so he stole Cameron's idea.
Yeah.
And we're going to execute it really badly.
Nah,
No, really well. Really well.
Sorry,
Yeah.
really
You
well.
got to fucking up the pod,
Okay,
man.
it's going to be the best.
This is going to
thing
be
we've
the
ever
best
done.
podcast you ever listen to.
You're not going to want to listen to it without or with the other two now.
Yeah.
Well,
This is it from now on.
Yeah, it's just us three.
yeah. In normal Beer Belly Ballers fashion, we do have a rogue beer to try. Today we're on the Camden Zing beer, 5.6% lager that Smeid's kindly donated.
Mr. Zing.
Mr. Zing. And
It's been in the boot of my
you
car.
can tell it's in the boot in your car. 'Cause on the,
6 months.
on the back, there's a Christmas tree.
I think I brought it in October.
Wow, that's even longer.
Yeah.
So the little bio about this beer: Zing and the thirst is gone. Are you tired of all lagers
Bang,
tasting the
baby's
same?
dead.
Fancy a fresh, piney scent around your home? Need a little bit more zing and pep in your life?
Oh, was it a Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
I do need more Zing and pep in my life, yes.
Then this is the
Guardiola.
beer for you. And for now, the taste test. So
Do we have cups?
no,
No,
For fuck's sake.
we
The
said
most unprepared podcast ever.
said while we were waiting for you to turn up like this
gotta-
podcast.
Right,
the
okay.
budget is that low. We've got to pace it, pick it up, smell it,
Sharing a can.
pick it up, smell it, and go. What do you smell?
Right, well, can first.
Can's good.
Can's cool.
Can's
I
good.
like the can.
I like the texture of it as well.
Yeah.
It's like sandpaper.
That's what
Yeah.
Camden always do.
Yeah.
Though. Camden's got like
Yeah.
elite, like high.
Which I
quality
think that knocks
packaging.
it up a point.
I think
I'm
that's
not
a
gonna lie.
5.
Feels premium.
Ooh, 5?
I don't know about 5.
4, definitely. 4. I'm saying 4. I think only because I think we've had better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've given
I think
5.
that's a good for a Camden though.
Yeah. But I'd give it a 4.
Okay, 4.
Okay.
Now the smell, one by one. I promise you, when we get back from Valencia, this podcast is actually going to get back
Oh,
on track.
there's going to be a Valencia vlog as well.
Smeid's filming, apparently. He's
I'm
bought a
filming. I
gimbal.
brought a gimbal.
So if the footage is shit, you know, to blame.
I'm a gimbal.
I-
Smells.
smell-
Doesn't smell of a lot.
It smells
just
just
beer,
like
innit?
a bit of a...
Are you getting pine?
Nah.
I just got a bit of a beery whiff.
It's like a 2 or 3.
2 on
It's-
smell.
Yeah, I don't. Think
Only because it doesn't smell bad. It
doesn't
just
smell
doesn't smell
bad. But
much.
it's just fine, innit?
Should I give it a
Now
taste?
the taste. I mean, it's
Okay.
coldish as well, which helps. It's not been.
Did you backwash?
No.
What are you getting? Don't say beer.
It's just...
I'm getting a little bit of pine.
Yeah, not much, though. It's just tastes of beer.
It's like, it's like, an, it's like an IPA.
Yeah, that's more
It's-
IPA than lager.
it's
That
more-
does not taste like a lager.
It's hoppy. I'm not
Yeah.
getting much pine, no.
Do you not?
No.
I'm getting pine. Tastes like an air freshener a little bit.
I'm not that keen on that, to be honest.
Nah.
I think I'd have one pint of that and then I'd switch to something else at the pub because that's
It's got a lingering aftertaste that I
the
don't
piney
like.
bit.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it just tastes like a weak neck oil. It's just
Yeah.
that. It's just that kind of weaky IPA. What is the
It's 5
ABV?
5 point.
Oh, bloody hell!
It's quite strong for a lager. 5.6.
It tastes more like a IPA than a lager.
I think it's just like a 2 or 3
To be
middle
fair,
of the road.
It does have the air freshener on the back of it. That's what it is. No, it's Christmas tree.
It's in the shape of a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It is, but like that's just a pine tree at the same time, though, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Christmas pie. What are
No,
you saying?
I'm not a fan.
2.
I'll
It's
give
just
it a 2.
it's not
I
bad.
don't
It's just
like-
not, there's not much to it.
I don't like the aftertaste.
No, I don't like the aftertaste.
I will go 2. It's not awful.
No, we've had way worse.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
wouldn't drink one though.
I would drink one.
You know what? If it was cold,
Colder
yeah,
To wash down with a nice glug of gross.
glug of gross.
glug of gross.
You remember how much that cost back in October 24?
It was in the 3 for 2 deal in Tesco.
Oh, so that's like normally a 4.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
but it doesn't taste that good, so therefore I would give it only a 3 for value.
that's fair.
Potentially. Yeah. I'd
It's-
agree.
Yeah,
So that's 11 out of 20.
I wonder if it was a Christmas special. You can still buy it.
Well, don't get buying anymore.
I think for something that is as strong as 5.6%, it needs more taste. It needs more flavour.
Yeah, it seems kind of just very safe.
Yeah.
Like, I think for a ballsy kind of zing,
Yeah.
I'm not getting that much zing.
I'm led on by the can.
The can is what sells it.
Yeah.
Um,
And also the brewery as well, because Camden, 9 times out of 10, they're banging. Camden's a great brewery.
when you go to the Camden Brewery tour in Camden, that's like their test labs. That's where they brew like the short spell things there. So I imagine
Yeah.
they kind of just go that.
I think they're still doing it.
Yeah.
I've just gone on Untapped,
Oh yeah,
which I think we should.
we
set
have
one
got
up.
an account,
Have
but
we?
no one logs. I think it was Cameron's job, but he's not done it.
That's a marketing idea there.
I know.
Hoppy as out, soapy in aftertaste. I think
Soapy,
that's
yeah.
bang on.
Mm.
It's very hoppy, very soapy.
Yeah, I think
Soapy.
11 out of 20 is fair. It's
Yeah.
it's average,
It's all right.
isn't it?
It's
When-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go out of my way to get one.
No.
But if you're at a house party and someone offered you one, you probably ain't turning it down. if
Yeah.
it's
Is
cold,
Is it a
yeah.
barbecue beer?
I
We
think
haven't
that
mentioned
is,
the
that's a barbecue can.
It's it's more of a barbecue beer than a Christmas beer in it,
Yeah.
despite the fact that it's
I don't think it is a Christmas beer.
It is Christmas beer.
Nah, I don't think it is.
Well, they've fucked it with their branding, haven't they?
It's just an air freshener.
Yeah.
It's
Christmas
like
air
nice. You
freshener.
get like the pine air fresheners, don't you?
yeah. But why would they make a beer around that? Who looks at the things dangling in your mirror and go, oh, make a beer out of that?
That smells nice. I wonder what it tastes like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one. Yeah,
That.
It's got
Zing.
it's got to be Christmas.
it's what makes me think it's got to be a Christmassy thing.
Yeah. That's a beer done. So should we go on to today's topic? So cheers to Cam for the idea because we were all out and it was no
It
one's
wasn't even
episode,
that
so
we're
we
all
were
out. We just weren't expecting it.
Well, no, it was Cam or Jay's episode this week, and both of them couldn't make it. And it was like, well, I ain't thought of anything since my episode last week. So the whole gorilla versus 100 men debate's been sprinkled around on socials recently, and I've seen a lot of people pick their 100 men that they think could actually take down a gorilla. So I think it's only fair we put together a team that would stand as good of a chance as any.
Is the
The
gorilla going to
footballers.
be smaller to make up for the
No, it's a normal
deficit
gorilla.
in people?
So are we basically aiming for like the hardest 11?
Hardest, but it doesn't necessarily have to be hard and there's not nails. It could just be someone who's
So
just
a scrapper.
massive.
Or
Like for instance, who might you have? Like
Victor and Nietzsche be.
are we going all time, by the way?
All
Or-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all time. You
yeah.
want big, strong units. You want people to be fast. You want people to be physical. You want people
Yeah.
with no fear. You want
Yeah.
also some people might have a bit of a screw loose.
Shit out about him.
Something like we could sit here and do 100 players, but I don't think anyone's really gonna
No.
wanna just
What-
hear us list out 100 players.
What-
Yeah, him.
What
yeah,
we
him.
could have done is 100 people, but pick teams of 11. So we end up with like 110 people.
What?
So
Did you understand that?
No.
So we'd pick, like, instead of like filling a position, you'd pick like the Man United squad of 2007. That's 11 people.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
You pick like the hardest teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have like the crazy gang, the Wimbledon
Yeah.
lot. Them lot.
So we're not doing that,
No.
but we could have done that.
we could have done that if we were more prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Cameron.
Right. Okay.
So this
Out
could-
of curiosity, by the way, who do you think would win? The
Out-
gorilla or 100 pit?
I
100
think
men.
I think
No,
gorilla, man.
I
100
think,
men.
mate, a gorilla would literally rip you like a cheese string 100 times.
Yeah, but you can only do that one person at a
Do
time.
you know how strong a gorilla is?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, but 100 men. Especially 100
They're
fucking
strong,
unarmed.
fit men. Ugh.
Do you know how?
They can lift 800 kilos.
Yeah, but if you got 100 men piling on top of him,
And you got to think about their
100.
teeth as well.
100.
They'll just be biting into necks. And
Yeah, but you can only bite one neck at a time.
If a gorilla stood on the
yeah,
spot,
but you bite in one neck at a time and like bashing people's heads in at the same time.
if they just, like gorillas love doing like little 360 shimmies for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
If he just got his arms out like that and did 360s, you can't get anywhere near him. You're just fucked.
100 men swamping him.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, 100 men, surely.
Do you know their skin is a lot tougher than ours as well? So if you
You ever
hit
seen a
it,
shaved gorilla?
No, have you?
Muscly.
Where have you seen
Dudley
that?
Zoo.
Google?
I'm gonna
Is
find
this
a
what you
picture.
do with your nights off?
No, I saw someone say like,
Shaved
obviously
gorilla.
there's been a lot about this recently.
Oh, you've done your
No,
research.
I saw someone say, have you ever seen a shaved gorilla? Google that, then come back to me. And I did, and I didn't go back to him because I was embarrassed.
Sounds like a euphemism for a pussy.
If you got the 100 like fittest,
Show us your
Man.
shaved gorilla.
See,
Oh.
that's a chimp. That's not even a gorilla, and he's
Whoa.
fucking wham.
yeah.
I wouldn't fight a chimp.
Oh no, chimps are crazy.
Yeah, you'd rather fight him,
No, I'd rather fight the chimp, obviously. Yeah,
mate. Units.
mate, 100 men.
Do you know
Come
what
on.
I kept seeing
back
videos of as
ourselves.
well? You know, like,
I'm not fighting.
yeah, I was going to say, we're not in this
I'm
team.
not volunteering as
No, I'm not
tribute.
saying it's a beer belly ballers versus gorilla, or beer belly ballers versus chimp. We'd get our heads kicked in.
How many beer belly ballers does it take to kill a chimp?
20.
More than 20.
No, I mean like 20 times 5. It would
Yeah.
take 100 of us.
Yeah, I think 100 of
I
us
reckon
could kill a
100
chimp.
of us.
We'd
kill a
kick
chimp.
its head in if there was 100 of us.
Yeah. I think that would have to be the tactic,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Just get your boots in.
I'm telling you, Cameron's not getting involved. He's hiding.
I feel,
Yeah.
I feel like Jay would be like at one with nature, trying to like talk
like,
to him,
talk
and then I'll
him
come
down.
behind and just lamp him.
Grab him by his ponytail.
Yeah, Jay would distract him, and then the three of us be,
To be fair, though, I think with the chimp, if you were to like jab it in the eyes and make it blind.
That's harsh,
Like,
man.
yeah, no, but like you see, like in a fighting situation, that's what you do, and then you go for the eyes.
Yeah, but then you might just make it mad and crazy.
Yeah, but you
and it
can't
will just-
see shit then.
Yeah, but just start swinging.
Yeah, a chimp's definitely better at fighting with no vision in compared to a human. Comparison to a human. So in goal,
Is it obvious we had no plan for this episode?
I'm liking this
Yeah,
off the
same.
dome. In goal, I've got a name, but I want to hear what you boys think first.
Can't.
Oliver Kahn.
Oliver
yeah.
Kahn.
Or Peter Schmeichel, but Kahn, probably, yeah.
I was thinking better check, extra protection.
Ooh, that's a point, you know.
He's got the cushion in for the header,
It
man.
just reminds me of the Christmas Animal 11 of Petter Chimp.
Better chimp. Exactly, it's fitting.
But you say that, but he's already damaged, though, isn't he? So like he's going to be in it. Like, he's got the
Yeah.
protection, but like, for chimp or I keep saying chimp, gorilla lobs him on his head. He doesn't matter. He's goner.
Yeah, but I think having that head guard, if you're getting thrown on your head by a gorilla,
But you wouldn't take Theo Walcott for the same reason because he's injury prone. So you wouldn't take Petr because he's got
this
an
is
active injury.
prime Petr Cech, he's fit. This is the Petr Cech that conceded, what was it, like 13 goals in
13.
the season. It's that Petr Cech. I mean, we can have Oliver Kahn if you want.
I don't mind.
Is that what the gorilla's thinking? Fuck, it's prime Petter Cech.
That's an extra
Starts
cushion
bowing down
helmet.
to it. We're not worthy.
Oh, fuck, this man only conceded 13 goals in a season.
Yeah, his reactions will be mint as well. He'll be dodging it and all sorts.
Oh, yeah, but I'm guessing Kahn's reactions were good.
And he's
Not-
a bruiser, mate.
Oh, he's a big mental German. Although, actually, no, I don't think he was actually that big. He wasn't that tall, Kahn, I don't think. for a
Petr Cech
goalie.
was 6'4".
I just know he's an angry bastard.
Yeah, he was a proper angry bastard, and I think you need that.
Do you think you need everyone to be really angry, or do you reckon you need someone that's a bit more got their head screwed on?
I think
to
you
kind
need,
of
you need,
conduct
you
the
need a little
movement,
bit of
man?
fearlessness.
Anyone with their head screwed on ain't scrapping a gorilla. So you've got to be mental.
And Modric isn't scrapping a gorilla, is he?
Oh, he's not going in this
Nah.
team unless you'd used him as like bait. So you could do that. You could have a midfield of people you just want to throw at the front for everyone to jump
Bruno
in.
Fernandes is first.
We're chucking Oliver Kahn.
I think it's
then.
got to be Kahn, yeah.
I think goalkeeper was a bit of an easier one because they're always quite a big player.
They've all got a screw loose.
Yeah, goalkeepers are
all the iconic ones. Yeah.
I genuinely think the hardest point of this team will be your fullbacks because there aren't
Denzel Dumfries.
To be fair, he is a unit.
Is he that big?
I want Smeid at left back and right.
Why?
Just he can get out of like situations with the gorilla.
Situation?
You can dodge him.
Running away.
Yeah.
They need to run away from him. We're scrapping
Stand
him.
your ground.
Honestly,
Dumfries then.
Dan Burn.
Oh yeah,
Dan Burn at left back.
Yeah.
Was George Elokobi a left back though?
Ooh.
George Elokobi
Dunno.
has to go in this team. He's the
Can you
strongest.
Google what position was Ellicote? This is where we need Cam.
Yeah, I feel like George Elokobi.
I can't believe you don't know what position George Elokobi.
This is where he's like a striker,
a really
and we're way off.
shit 2010 defender for a very poor Wolves. How do you not know that?
Yeah.
He was just known for being.
He was a centre back.
He was a centre. I swear he played off.
He might. We can put him there.
Well, should we have him at
they're on
right
the
back?
rules.
Because
Elokobi at right back, Dan Burn at left back.
Yeah, Christ.
Yeah.
I feel like Dan Burn's getting a lot of love on this podcast recently.
Yeah, he is. We all love Dan Burn.
He's a boy.
Big Dan Burn.
He's probably the same. He's not the same height as a gorilla. Gorillas are like 2.5 meters, aren't they? They're like fucking enormous on their hind legs.
Yeah.
The tallest gorilla ever recorded was 7.3 feet.
Love how you know that.
I love animals, man.
You do love animals. You're such a David Attenborough.
That was my second choice of podcast. It was the animal podcast.
Who's doing that with you? What you just talk about?
It's
Like
been me talking about animals for an hour.
the tallest ever gorilla, and it's making its way into this one. We've had an Animal 11. We're having.
And how good was the Animal 11? Though?
It was
good.
probably.
If
the
If
best.
you haven't seen the Animal 11, go to the Christmas special. It was sensational.
It probably was the best episode we've ever done.
It was. Yeah. And we put it off for so long.
It's probably because we had about 10 pints before the record. We're
Yeah.
absolutely smashed. Centre backs, you're gonna have many a big bruiser.
I want Jonas Olsen.
Oh, no.
He's not
come
that
on.
hard.
Yap
Mate,
Stam.
he's solid.
Or Steve McNulty.
Nah, Steve McNulty's not doing anything.
Oh, yeah, but I reckon he can take a punch from a gorilla.
Probably.
I actually do back that. I think he's got that sort of like working man's like.
He's
know
a
them
scouser as well. He should be
It
fucking.
needs to
he'll
be
in there.
footballers we've heard of. Nobody's heard of Steve McNulty.
You've heard of Steve McNulty.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
support Luton. Who,
Yeah.
by the way, we haven't taken the piss out of you for yet for getting relegated.
And
Yeah.
West Brom relegated you, which is
Yeah.
raw.
Ah!
That is raw, man. Are you actually like really upset that you've got double relegated? Do you think like you're actually fucked now financially?
Not,
After all that work as well.
not
To be
ups-
fair, now you'll come straight up.
Nah, I'm
I
not,
don't even know.
not upset, just fucking bitter about it.
Yeah.
You're still getting parachute payments, though, aren't you? You'll come straight up.
Yeah, we won't spend loads of money, though, because it's all going into the stadium.
When do you move in?
28. They've started building it,
Okay.
so
You
That's
still got.
it's
shit.
happening.
The shit Halo.
No, it's great. The Halo's great.
Rubbish.
Only because it's better than the Hawthorns. It's going to be rough.
Hawthorns
that's
is
not
a
It's going
fortress.
to be basically the same size as well.
What's the
not
Hawthorns
far
got? It's just your biggest selling point, isn't it? Like the highest or lowest?
It's the highest.
It is the
Ground.
highest ground in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
It's a big shed.
it's the shrine.
It's a big
Shrine of what?
Blue and white. Wolves are shite.
Is
Yeah.
honestly Jonas Olsen the hardest centre back you've ever
You
had?
should have seen him back in the day. Darren Moore, if not Jonas Olsen.
There's got to be.
Darren Moore was a scary fucker back in the day.
Can we have Yap Stam?
Oh, is Yap Stam harder than like Sol Bamba?
Yeah. Oh,
No.
Yap Stam was mental.
What
We'll
about
put Mo Bamba in there.
Never gotta have
Good
Mole.
Jesus.
Well, what about like Wes Morgan? Like unit?
I think hardest centre half ever has to be Yap Stam. Surely. Yap Stam was a fucking nutter.
Yeah.
He was hard as nails. He was a big, bold fucker.
I think he gets extra points for being bold.
Yeah. I can't think of a harder centre half than Yap Stam.
I'm just trying to think of like, because he was big, but he wasn't like muscles bulging out of his shirt big.
No.
Is what I'm kind of thinking of. Like, you kind of real fucking weightliftery kind of I'll smash your head in physique. He was just like, he would take like a glass off the top of the head in a bar fight and then bite your ear off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, mental. Which is you need to have a screw loose to fight a gorilla.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
so that leaves us with another centre half.
I want Darren Moore. Bloke's a unit.
I need to see a picture of Darren Moore because
Mate,
I've not.
He is big.
Here's a picture of him and Tevez.
Yeah, I mean Tevez is 5'7", so that's not really a
true.
very good. Maybe he's 5'8".
Darren Moore prime.
What other like crazy centre halves have there been? Pepe, Sergio
Oh,
Ramos.
Pepe is a great shout.
Pepe's nuts enough to take one on.
2 baldies at the back.
Oh yeah, I like the idea of that actually.
Like you can see it, the sun glistening off their heads and just in unison charging. Yeah, Pepe is way harder than.
Darren Moore. Oh,
Darren
mate,
Moore
any
batters
day.
Pepe.
No,
he
he
does.
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Pepe's going.
There used to be a picture on Darren Moore's profile picture on Twitter back in the day was him screaming at Ronaldo, and Ronaldo actually looks petrified.
Oh wow,
He's hard.
God, he scares one of the biggest divas in football. Wow, what an achievement!
To find it now.
The only reason there isn't an image of Pepe doing that is because they basically played for the same team their whole career.
Yeah,
At Real Madrid and Portugal. Ronaldo would be shit scared of Pepe.
there's probably quite a lot of Messi getting shouted at by
Yeah.
Pepe. Couldn't find it because it didn't exist.
It now exists.
Well, when you
Darren
find
Moore,
it,
if you're listening,
Darren
you send me
Moore's
that picture, please.
Big fan of the pod, Darren Moore. Thanks for watching.
he'll stop listening now. He's not gone in the team.
You will.
Um,
He loves fighting gorilla.
right, we're obviously playing 4-4-2 because
Of course.
it's a beer belly ballers staple.
Now we should have switched it up because the other two weren't here.
Nah, stick to what you're good at, mate.
Nah,
This
okay.
is
4-4 fucking
we're
two.
always 4-4 fucking two.
There we go.
Do you want to start off with our right and left sided players, or do you want to go for the big boys in the middle?
Well, should we
start
get,
with the middle.
should we get Vinnie Jones out
Yeah.
of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all thinking.
Yeah. Hardest player ever, probably.
I also want Joey Barton in the
I
middle.
was thinking Joey Barton.
No,
He's just got a bit of a screw loose, and he's a bit love to fight.
And I'd love him to
he's
go.
not as big as Vinny
No.
Jones.
No, he's not. But he'll piss the gorilla off.
Yeah, and the gorilla will pick him up and rip his arms off.
Yeah, but I'd quite
And
like to see
yeah,
that.
same.
Yeah,
I'd actually quite enjoy that.
Yeah, but if we're doing
If he
this,
dies, he dies, and like it'll be funny.
if we were doing a team of people we wanted to get like
Yeah.
tore apart
Yeah,
by
yeah.
a gorilla, it would just be Megan Rapinoe like 11 times.
Vieira then.
Oh, I think there's bigger like
Roy Keane? Or is that just a bit overdone? Like the whole
Yeah.
hard man Roy Keane thing.
I don't think Roy King would be good at fighting a gorilla, which is not something I thought I'd be saying this morning. I feel like there's a niche of player which are more like bodybuilder. They're not footballers. They're like athletes that just happen to be good at football, but they're just massive units.
I can't think of many midfielders.
Midfield's quite hard. There's loads of strikers. Like
Gattuso, he was a bit of a nutter.
yeah. There's, I mean, like, what's it? De Jong, he was fucking hard as no. Clarence Seedorf. Clarence Seedorf was nails, man. That geezer's physique was ridiculous.
Yeah, or Seedorf might be a good shout actually.
I like Seedorf.
Seedorf and
I'll
Vinnie
take
Jones
Seedorf.
in midfield.
Yeah.
Wingers is a hard one because wingers are you twinkle toes, fancy feet.
I know
footballers.
we've already mentioned him, but I think Traore should
He
go.
has to go in.
Adama Traore
He
should
has
go
to
in,
go
yeah.
He's got the muscle. He's got the speed.
Yeah.
So that only leaves us with a left midfielder.
What were some of our tall midfielders from last week?
Cody Gakpo on the one side. He's not hard.
Arnautovic.
Arnautovic is quite big and hard.
Yeah, no, he's got something about him.
He's Austrian as well.
Yeah.
Is he Austrian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I thought he was from Macedonian or something.
You thought Arnautovic was Macedonian?
Who am I thinking of?
I couldn't name a Macedonian footballer.
Oh, now
Yilmaz.
He's
No,
Turkish.
he's Turkish.
It feels like a cop-out going on Arnautovic because we've already had
we
him.
literally mentioned him last week.
I think we could probably shift another midfielder / attacker that might play off the wing, maybe.
Who's just fucking absolute nutter? Screw loose would just go into any confrontation.
Oh, mate. This is actually harder than you think.
I like the idea of Suarez being in there somewhere. Just because he'd like, be the only one willing to try and bite the gorilla.
Yet again, getting his arms ripped off. Like, he was never hard.
I know he wasn't hard.
He has got the gnashers for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the gorilla's going to bite you. We need someone that's going to bite the gorilla.
Have you seen the gorilla with the gold teeth?
No.
So...
Sounds like a Bond film.
Sean Connery in The Gorilla with the Gold Teeth. Nah, it was like, I think some poachers had basically taken its teeth for, it's not ivory, is it? But like...
Just for a laugh.
Well, they've just done it to farm it and get a few quid. They've
like some Chinese medicine. It's like, take some gorilla teeth. We'll sort you right out.
Yeah. And like...
Imagine that in the market. Step right up, get your gorilla teeth.
Gorilla teeth?
I'll get one free.
I'd buy gorilla teeth if I saw it.
I used to have a crocodile foot on a keyring.
How big's your keyring?
It was pretty big.
It's a crocodile foot's like that, isn't it? Like a can.
Alligator.
It's the same thing.
They're slightly smaller, aren't they?
I'll show you in the break.
You had an alligator foot as a keyring.
Yeah, I was a weird kid.
Yeah, we know.
Where did you get that from?
My auntie and uncle bought it for me from Florida. I used to have a shark in a jar as well.
What, a swimming one?
He was in like formaldehyde.
Oh.
Right.
What was its name?
Shark.
So
Shit.
It was literally like in a jar. It was about that big. It's only a little jar, a little shark. And then it had like a polystyrene ring around the bottom. And there just a shark.
What? In case you didn't know what it was.
So yeah. Actually, I used to have an alligator tooth as well.
What?
That was in a little jar. Like it was like that big.
You just got bits of different animals. Like.
You do love your animals, don't you?
I do.
Are you going to get this out on your spin-off podcast?
I've actually booked the studio for after this.
Who you doing it with?
Here's
Just
my
Somewhere.
crocodile foot. Here's my shark.
I don't have any of it. The shark in the jar might still be up the loft, but I don't have the rest of it.
Please bring the shark in the jar.
I'll see if I can find
Good
it.
band name. Shark in a jar.
Shark in a jar. Yeah. That'll be our band name.
Hello, London. We are shark in a jar.
Or crocodile foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or gold. What? The gorilla with the gold teeth.
Oh,
Goldie looking gorilla.
that's our first album.
Yeah. So yeah, it had its teeth basically taken out by poachers, and it got brought into captivity. And what they did was, obviously, you can't get new teeth. They just gave it gold ones, and it looks like the hardest thing in the world.
I always find it mad they use gold for teeth because it's like one of the softest metals.
Mm.
Yeah, but it looks the most badass.
Oh, yeah, it
it's
does.
shit for chewing food.
I'd rather have
Is
like
it?
titanium.
Yeah,
It's literally like
it's
so
soft.
malleable.
Yeah.
What? So your gold teeth?
They're just
Squish.
like wear away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to keep getting them changed.
I don't know.
I
Never
suppose
had
if you
one.
chew too much with them, yeah, you probably would.
But you always get your back ones done as well. Like it's not a thing anymore. But like my granddad used to have a gold tooth, like a molar. Molar, this one.
Must be like an alloy.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just get MOT on your tooth.
Yeah.
Right, where were
So
we?
who off the left?
Arnautovic was the only shout
I'll
I had.
Google it hard left midfielders.
Just
ChatGPT.
ask Chat. This actually be a good thing to run through ChatGPT to see if it would come up with anything
Which-
half decent.
Left midfielder could take on a gorilla.
Make me a full 11-a-side football team that would be able to beat a gorilla in a fight. Then we can see if ChatGPT actually knows.
Surely
its
there's
stuff.
some other hard
So if it
wingers.
goes like, I don't know, Iniesta, because he'd be one step ahead, you'd know like that
Oh, yeah,
ChatGPT is full of shit.
Yeah.
Make an 11 in a 4-4-2 formation that could beat a gorilla in a fight. Oliver Kahn, goalkeeper.
Oh!
Was it actually turn something
Yeah,
out?
it was. Pablo Zabaleta.
No, shit, dead.
It's give me a description for each one. Pepe's in there.
Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gennaro Gattuso.
Oh, I said
Yeah.
Gattuso, yeah.
Roy Keane.
Yeah,
Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Edgar
people-
Davis at left mid.
Edgar Davids.
Davids.
David, yeah, sorry.
Edgar Davids. No, mate, bloke had goggles on.
You can't fucking see.
Yeah. A gorilla's not going to be intimidated by some Dutch man with goggles.
Was he quick?
He was quick, but he wasn't particularly like. He was quite, muscly.
Staunch.
Yeah, he was fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like big, tall. I think no.
Um,
I've asked for more.
We can't have Edgar Davids.
Roberto Pitbull Carlos. Built like a tank, his calves alone could scare a
Roberto
gorilla.
Carlos was 5'6".
Might try to kick the gorilla into orbit.
Is that what ChatGPT?
Yeah. Wayne Rooney, young version. Played left
Wayne
for
Rooney
England.
off the left.
Oh, and I think we're clutching at straws with having Rooney on the
Marco
left.
Arnautovic.
Yeah, there you go.
Craig Bellamy.
No, mate, he's getting his head kicked in by a gorilla.
Eric Cantona, if you stick him out wide in brackets.
Cantona's not a bad shout.
Ashley Young, brackets,
Ashley
peak
Young.
shithousery era. Joey Barton, brackets out of position. Doesn't matter where you put him, would square up to Gorilla. No plan,
Yeah,
no
and
fear,
get his
possibly a
fucking
concealed
spine
weapon.
snapped.
I can't bring myself to put.
ChatGPT is
It's
actually.
this is the best thing ChatGPT's
Yeah.
ever spewed out.
Did you hear that full Joey Barton description then?
No, sorry.
Doesn't matter where you put him, would square up to a gorilla with no plan, no fear, and possibly a concealed weapon.
Yeah, no weapons allowed, Joey.
Do they all get football boots on?
No.
No.
Oh,
I feel as though that's a.
they do,
advantage
but
if
they do, but they've got to wear Astros.
I don't-
Yeah,
there's
it
no
can't be
advantage.
metal.
You can't be studs because that's a weapon.
That's basically a weapon, yeah.
I quite like Cantona.
It's got to be Cantona
Or
or
Rooney, or
Arnautovic.
Rooney.
You can't play Rooney on the left, man. No.
He played on the left.
I'm
sometimes
pretty sure he did play on the left before.
When?
at Everton.
I think he might have played on the right actually. But you
No,
could.
Rooney's not a winger, man.
He has played on the right.
But he's not a winger. He's not a winger.
Yeah, but
He was a striker.
fuck,
and then
mate,
at the
we're
end
doing
he
a
was
team
10.
that's fighting a gorilla.
Yeah, but we've got to be in formation.
Do you reckon they actually line up in 4-4-2 as well when they're attacking? So, like, you know, when, like, in battle, you've got
What's
your
the,
different
the
lines.
strikers go first?
Oh, you got like the vanguard. That's the strikers, the ones who charge in first.
Your
Yeah.
midfield are almost like the ones that have got, like, the shield over their head in it for the
Yeah.
arrows.
Yeah.
flying gorilla shit.
Mate, if a gorilla threw a
flinging
poo at you
poo.
at full pelt, that would hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Fucking hurt, yeah.
Especially if it's not had like a lot of fibre.
Yeah.
Or is it if you have a lot of fibre?
If
If
he's
you
not,
have a lot of fibre.
no, if I have a lot of fibre, that helps you poo.
No, if you have too much fibre though, like it goes too solid.
Yeah, but if you don't
Yeah,
have
but that-
enough, that's when you're constipated, and that's when
But
it's
it's
like
also
hard.
it
So
could also go the other way and end up being better.
So either
We're
the
not
gorillas
talking
had
about poo, are we?
either the gorillas had too much fibre, or he's not had enough, and his poo's hard.
You want a hard poo gorilla shit.
It's got poo like bullets,
Yeah, and he flings that at your head. It knock you out.
probably.
Yeah, put you in a coma.
Eric Cantona off the left. So this is the all-important strike partnership that's left to fucking take down the gorilla. I think realistically, it's these two boys which are going to be the ones that are committing the fatal blows to finally put it out of its misery.
I want Diego Costa.
Oh, it's a good shout.
I think there's so many good shouts
Yeah.
we can have in this.
The
It,
first name-
depends what you go for. Do you go for big bastards
Big
or
bastards.
shit houses?
Big,
And
we've got plenty of shit houses, I think, in the midfield and defence. I think up top, big, strong strikers. First name I thought of, Romelu Lukaku.
Ooh, yeah, but I can also see him getting pummeled.
I think they'll all put too much pressure on him, and then like it's like Squid Game, you know, when like they're running for the first time, and then like goes red light, and one of them moves, and they just die. Bit like
yeah, no.
that. Gorilla
Don't know.
Gorilla just bodies him, and he just dies straight away.
I'm not sure about Lukaku.
Would you rather Benteke?
Oh,
Nah.
no.
Neither.
They're like
Oh.
iconic, big, strong, brute strikers of the Premier League.
Zlatan, didn't he have like a black belt?
Zlatan was the other one I was thinking.
Black belt in taekwondo,
Probably.
karate, something like that.
But I could also think Zlatan would be kind of have that kind of god complex, which is like, I'll tame it, go over his hand on
Yeah.
his head, and it just eat
I could
him.
also
Yeah.
see that.
He was also quite injury prone as well. So he'd try and kick the gorilla and his ankle would shatter.
Yeah. There's
Uh,
one name that has to go in this team. Adebayo Akinfenwa.
oh, Akin
Yeah.
Fenwell goes in. Yeah, that's one.
The biggest ever footballer.
Yeah.
Literally.
One thing I think we're missing from this team: speed.
We
There
got
is
Troy
no-
Ora.
Why do you need speed?
You do.
Why? You're not running away from it.
The gorilla is going to be
Yeah, but,
quick.
like,
The
if you
gorilla's
need to
quicker
get
than
away
any
from it,
human
you
being
Why'd you-
ever.
It's a fight to the death. You're not running away.
And as
It's last
well,
man standing. Or
you got to
gorilla.
imagine it's on a football pitch as well, so you can't like escape. You're stuck within that 100 metres.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm guessing. I mean, you could have it in like a coliseum, but it seems more fitting to have
I was
it in a
thinking it was in the jungle. Don't know why. I don't know if the
I think
environment
for
makes a
the
difference.
sake of this, it makes sense that it's on a football pitch.
Okay.
Or do you want it in a full size one or like a goals one? Five-a-side. In fact, no, it's got to be full size. Because
Yeah,
if it's
it's
five-a-side, the gorilla's just going and twatting you out, picking you up off the crossbar, dead.
It's down Power League.
Yeah. We need one more player, and then we need a manager.
Manager's going to be difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I think we're all thinking of the same one.
Okay, we'll come to that in a sec. Second striker.
I got Diego Costa, but whatever.
Diego Costa's a good shout.
He was 6'2". He was big.
And just a horrible.
I know he's not going to go in because won't know who he is, but Mick Harford, who's often thought of as being up there with Vinnie Jones as being the hardest ever footballer in England. Played for Luton, obviously. That's why I know why.
Nails.
But proper big fucking lump up top, hard as nails. Get his elbows in there. Give people broken noses every week.
Who are iconic big men from the Prem?
Anitra.
Solomon Rondon, which is a weird one, but I actually think he would be good.
There's got to be more obvious ones that we're missing.
I know. I don't know how my mind goes to Solomon Rondon. I mean, like, I suppose I think of that clip.
Demba Ba.
Demba Ba wasn't hard, was he?
Diego Costa might be the best shout.
I think we might have to lock in Diego Costa.
Oh, why do we not put Yaya Touré in the midfield?
No, not over whoever we
Clarence
had.
I reckon he would have been better than Vieira. Oh, no,
We had
got
Seedorf
Vieira,
and Vinnie Jones.
Yeah. Yaya Touré, yeah.
The thing, like, further back, I'm trying to think.
He was around in, like, 2010.
Were there any, like, absolute nutters back? I'm thinking even, like, 80s and 90s, when football was a bit,
A bit more physical.
Yeah. I can't think.
Shearer, no.
Shearer was actually quite
Shearer's just been suggested.
Yeah.
Let me go with them all and I'll tell you ChatGPT's top 10.
Top 10 big strikers.
Robin Friday, was he a striker?
Nah, he was a winger, wasn't he?
Oh.
Duncan Ferguson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Arrested twice for assault during his playing career. Once headbutted someone mid-match, probably already fought a gorilla.
Troy Deeney.
Mario Balotelli. Troy Deeney. Ooh.
Only because I'd like to see him get his head kicked in.
I can't believe
Mario
this.
Balotelli, unpredictable.
Balotelli.
Oh,
Might try to
Balotelli's
light fireworks
unhinged.
at the gorilla or distract it with shirtless poses.
Oh, I like Balotelli.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy as well.
Too
yeah,
skinny.
Too skinny, too scrawny.
Again, though, he's fearless.
Yeah, but he's not going to do any harm.
Yeah, but so is Balotelli, but Balotelli's fucking wham as well.
This is ChatGPT's description for Jamie Vardy, by the way. Has that, scraps outside a Weatherspoon's energy, would 2 foot the gorilla, then down a can of Monster.
Not wrong.
Where is it pulling this information from? What part of the internet is ChatGPT?
This
got?
podcast.
Me and my ChatGPT are boys. We talk.
I know, you use him every week.
Yeah. John Fashion.
Yeah. I can't say I know a lot about the chap.
No.
And Les Ferdinand was there as well.
I think it's got to be Balotelli.
I think Balotelli's
Yeah.
So,
should we all say our manager on 3 2 if we've got the same person?
3, 2, 1, and then say it.
Yeah.
go on.
3, 2, 1.
Diego
Dosh.
Simeone. No.
Did you say?
Dosh.
Oh,
He's the last line of defence.
I didn't have one.
Oh, yeah, we weren't thinking the same one then.
Oh.
Diego Simeone is probably...
Diego Simeone was the manager who suggested on ChatGPT as well, by the way.
There you go. Me and ChatGPT, you boys.
Yeah, just like that.
But, Sean Dyche, man.
I think...
He's got that utter woke nonsense mentality. He's not taking any shit.
But I think Simeone's more of a scrapper.
So, and also Sean Dyche goes to like Taylor Swift concerts with his daughter, which is like not very hard at all.
Simeone
Would you go the other way and go for like a tactical manager who will study gorillas for months before and
Pep gets like a scientist on board? I think at the end of the day, the manager has to lead by example.
They've also got to fight if everybody else dies.
Yeah, in which case Pep is getting snapped in half.
There's not many unit managers like we were saying last week, like
Darren Moore.
God's sake.
Scott Parker doing the part life speech.
I'd pay to see him ripped apart.
Do you not like Scott Parker?
That's harsh.
I don't mind Scott Parker.
I don't really like him, but
I
wouldn't pay to see him get ripped apart.
You know what?
That was mean.
I kind of, when he turned to management, I wanted to see him do well because he was quite a likeable player.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, but you know what annoys me is like
Is it
it's his fashion choices on the sidelines that you're just flexing on everyone.
Von Brown or whatever.
Yeah,
it's called.
he's wearing like £1,000 jackets. It's like,
have you not seen him? He's wearing like
Hey, mate, he's a millionaire.
yeah, but like, come on, like you're on the touchline at Burnley.
Shit. Like it's brand called Tom Brown or Von Brown.
Right, I'm guessing Tom.
And
no
it's
one's
literally
called
like
Thom.
no, it's THOM.
Yeah, but isn't that just Tom for Thomas?
Maybe, but it's
Tom.
he'll wear like a blazer, but because this blazer's Von Brown,
Tom Brown.
it has like 4 stripes on the arm here that go like all the way around. It looks shite.
It's terrible. And it's like, why
he always wears it.
Why are you trying to flex on the people of Burnley? You know, don't make sense
They've
to
gone
me.
for enough. Okay, Scott Parker's ruled out for manager. The Prem is just full of wet white managers now, and there's no real proper big boy characters. I think Simeone is probably the most unhinged.
Simeone,
he's an angry man.
He would go in all guns blazing. He wouldn't hold back.
I think that's a pretty good team for fighting a gorilla.
I think that's a Champions League.
It's not a Champions League
competing
team.
side.
I don't know how this team gels. I don't know how Adama Traore feeding Akinfenwa is going to bring goals.
Actually, I forgot Akinfenwa.
Akinfenwa lets the side down a bit, actually.
In
In footballing terms, Akinfenwa and Elakobi let the side down.
All right. So let's run through it. We've got the starting 11 for footballers that would beat a gorilla in a fight. God, this podcast has changed. In goal, we've got Oliver Kahn. In the defence, we've got George Elakobi, Yap Stam, Pepe, and Dan Burn. Fucking solid. A midfield of Vinnie Jones, Seydorf, Traore, and Eric Cantona, with a strike partnership of Akinfenwa and Mario Balotelli, managed by Diego Simeone.
I like that.
I think that team potentially rattles the gorilla. I don't think it kills it.
I think it takes off 15% damage, maybe. Yeah. I think the gorilla, after
15 HP,
after going through 12 different people, would know that it's had a fight.
Yeah.
I don't think it. I think if you have 5 of them, maybe 10 of them.
10 of them beats a gorilla.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In fact, 10 Akinfenwas, mate.
Yeah.
I think you've got to look at it like if you're doing 100 people, just average people, probably not, but 100 athletes, probably stand a decent chance.
Yeah, that is true. They're all in much better shape than the average bloke. What an episode!
I enjoyed it.
I think
I
that's a class episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers for the idea, Cam.
Yeah. That's
because without that, God knows what we'd have talked about.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, just waffled for an hour.
I enjoy waffling. That I love you boys.
Yeah. Oh, cute.
All right, we'll end it there.
I'm not here next week, by the way.
No. So next week will be our last one pre Valencia, and then we'll probably do a little match day special after that.
Yep.
So we'll catch you boys next week. Thanks for listening.
Right.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Au revoir.